Hi, welcome back to Shut Up and Watch the Movie. I'm your host, Tyson.
And I'm Christina.
And we have a lot of fun here on this podcast where we make each other watch a movie the other person may or may not have seen, and then we talk about it a little bit.
Have a little chit-chat.
Have a little chit-chat on this podcast that usually runs for about an hour to an hour and a half. So buckle in, Christina.
Okay. Just some added details
Yeah, just
for you.
get settled in for the wild
Buckle
ride
up.
we're about to go on. But very short movie this week.
I would say almost as long as the movie that
So-
we watched. So we probably won't talk
We
as
should
long.
do you think doing movie commentaries would be more profitable for us? Not profitable, lucrative.
You mean like live? Like while we're...
Yeah, and then people...
If we did it like on Twitch?
Not on Twitch. I'm just saying, like, I've seen a couple services. Like, there's some guy on YouTube I'm subscribed to that does, like...
Can you do it live on a different platform?
Well,
'Cause
no,
of, like,
not
copyright
live.
stuff.
Not live, but, like, you record yourselves watching the movie, and then you just say, hey, click play when we click play.
I don't think that would make us more money, actually.
I don't think it'd make us more money,
Well,
but do you think that'd
not
be more
money.
entertaining? Do you think that...
Not that we're making any money in the first place. I don't think so, because a lot of it is just us sitting there.
No, but I think we'd have more conversation.
I mean, I guess if we were actively recording it, then...
Not to get a sidetrack right at the beginning, but email in if that's something you'd be interested in. I genuinely don't know.
Is this something you thought about coming into this conversation?
No,
or
it just
strike you?
came up. It would be nearly identical to what we do right now.
I don't like that as much,
Okay.
personally.
Well, then never mind. Don't email in if you want that.
Well, people can still email in. I said I wouldn't like it as much. I didn't say I would never, ever do it.
All right, but before we get into the main content, the main meat of this podcast, we do a little segment where we talk about a movie we just saw in the past week that isn't the main movie. Kind of like an appetizer to the main course of podcast listening. So if you're on your drive, you can, I don't know, just go.
Okay. Anyway, my teeny tiny little movie corner pick this week is Amélie, which is a French movie from 2001.
When'd you watch this?
A few days ago.
Oh, wow.
In my room.
Fun. I haven't seen this movie.
It was a fun little movie.
What's it
was
about?
So cute. It's about this girl. Her name's Amélie. She's, I think they say 23. She's 22 or 23. And she wants to, like, put some good into the world. And she has this crush on this boy, but she's too scared to talk. She's, like, honestly... She's just a girl at the end of the day. She, like, makes eye contact with him, and she's like, he's gonna know. Like, he's gonna fall in love. Like, he knows that, like, I'm in love with him. And then he doesn't. She's like, what? And I'm like, wow, that's so relatable.
That's
sounds like crazy.
That sounds like a relatable adventure.
It's so... She goes on
every
this
girl.
relatable little adventure where she's just a girl where she's too shy to talk to the guy that she really likes. And it's very cute, and it's very heartwarming. And it's just one of those movies that kind of feels like a hug.
That's nice.
It's a nice little movie.
So you recommend it?
I would recommend it. Yeah. It looked nice. Great plot.
You know,
great acting.
That guy directed Alien Resurrection. I know that off the top of my head. Which is a
Wow.
wild jump.
Crazy. Yeah. I haven't seen Alien Resurrection, but
I don't mean to sidetrack
very
you.
different vibe.
But did you ever watch those American Girl doll movies? Like any of them? Because they made a ton.
Several.
Several?
I can't say I've watched. I think they've made a lot more since I was a kid.
There's one where there's like a girl that's a swimmer, but then she's like cyberbullied. Is that one of them?
Yeah. Krissa.
I remember I had to watch that one. There's one, she's like a reporter.
Yeah, Kit Ridge. That was my favorite movie.
I had to watch
Kit Ridge, Molly. Molly was an underrated movie. I feel like people didn't watch that movie as much. And then, who are the other ones? Krissa, the one who got bullied, that movie, I don't know what it was about it. It kind of pissed me off, though.
It pissed you off? Because it was cyberbullying was a big... Facebook was just...
It was a really big thing, and I think this sounds so bad, but I think I was just kind of like,
well, that was
get over it.
That was the reaction a lot of people had to cyberbullying. They were like, just turn off the computer. But I'd like to think that cyberbullying is a deeply more complex issue than just that.
Yeah, I just think it was like that versus like Kit Kittredge's house was being repossessed by the bank. Because it was the Great Depression. Well, that's funny. A lot of people, okay, this is not an original joke. A lot of people have made this joke before, how literally the American girls, you can identify them by, like, their traumas, okay? Like, Kit Ridge, like, Great Depression.
Yeah.
Molly, World War II. But then you have, like, Addie out of left fucking field,
I don't
okay?
know Addie.
She's a slave, all right? She is a runaway slave.
Can you do that?
The breadth of, like, problems going on here. There's also Kaya, who, she's Native American and her land gets like taken
Oh
away.
my God.
Yeah, like it's crazy.
Why did they do this?
Because they're historical. I had
They're educational tools. I used to go on trips with the neighbors in my old neighborhood, and they were a traditional family, and they liked good old, wholesome entertainment, and they had a DVD car player,
Yeah, I remember.
And
good times.
He had 2 sisters, and they were just watching the American. So I had to sit through a bunch of them.
Yeah, and then you have like, it's like, yeah, Addie, who's around my slave. Then like Julie's parents got divorced, which not to say that that's not valid. Like they're
echelon of issue.
Yeah, but that 2 different things.
And then cyberbullying.
Didn't
they do one that was COVID, or am I making that up?
I have not kept up with it as much in recent years.
I thought I saw a headline
possibly.
about that, but maybe that was like The Onion or something. Anyway,
that would be funny.
Not relevant.
Actually, SNL did a really funny skit after the Barbie movie came out, but they'd made it like American Girl, and it was quite good. It was funny.
That would be good. They're going to do a Polly Pocket movie with Lena Dunham.
No, it's not happening anymore.
It's not happening anymore. But the fact that they were like, how can we repeat the success of Barbie, and that's what they came up with.
Putting Lena Dunham in charge of that was an interesting choice.
Just a lot of respectable women for you to look up to. The American Girl dolls, Lena Dunham, Barbie.
I have mixed feelings about Lena Dunham.
We don't have to get into it, but
no.
I don't know much about her at all. But was there anything else you wanted to say about what the movie was that you watched, which was Amelie? I remember what you just said.
She's just a girl, and it's a movie that, like, yes, for the girlies, but I think it's not, like, I think everybody can enjoy it, It's like a very comforting movie.
It's on my watch list. I've been meaning to get to it. I watched Conclave.
Oh, the Pope movie.
Yeah, the Pope movie where they try to elect a new Pope because the Pope dies. And, it was very good. I wasn't really interested in seeing it, but I went with our roommate, and I had a good time.
Stanley Tucci's in it, right?
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah, I like him too.
He's cool.
John Lithgow's in it.
Okay. He's cool.
There's some Pope action going on, some Pope shenanigans. There's really not much. It's well crafted, and it does what it is. It's a much more uplifting and hopeful movie than I expected going in.
Oh.
I kind of expected it was going to be like, look at all this corruption. I thought it was going to get really deep into the weeds.
Look at the Catholic Church.
Which, they do that, but it's very much like a...
Just based on trailers that I've seen, I like to not judge movies too much if I haven't seen them, but based on trailers that I'd seen, it felt a little Oscar baity to me.
Yeah, maybe it is.
Maybe.
It's just kind of like...
But if it's still a fun time.
It's made by the guy who made All Quiet on the Western Front. The recent one.
Well, that was...
Which was also an Oscar-y type movie. It's just
that one won a lot of Oscars. Well, I don't know if that one was Oscar baity, though. Like, that was just like an Oscar.
Well, I don't think this one is necessarily gives off super bad Oscar bait vibes. I think it's well done. I think it's good.
All right, cool.
Awesome.
Nice.
So that's that for the little segment of the Tiny Movie Corner, our classic segment that this podcast is known for.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody's always talking about it.
All 9 listeners. We love you guys, by the way.
We love each and every one of you.
But we're going to get into our new movie. If you remember from our little tirade at the end of the last episode, I kind of went on a whole spew about John Carpenter. And Christina was like, I haven't seen it.
The only one I've seen is Halloween, I'm pretty sure.
What?
And Tyson was shocked.
And so we went back to the first notable film of John Carpenter. He made one before this, but it was like a student film. This is Assault on Precinct 13. Christina, what did you know about that? You knew about nothing about this.
I had never even heard of this movie before. I knew literally nothing. And all I knew going into it, you were like, there's this crazy part. This crazy thing's going to happen. You're going to know. You're going to know when it happens because it's so crazy.
I was not hyping it up that much.
Yes, you were.
No,
yes, you were.
No, you've inflated it through the power of storytelling.
No, that's literally what you were doing, to the point where I even think at the end of the last episode, you were doing that.
You do the thing where it's like a guy catches a fish, and then when he tells the story later, he's like, look at how big this fish was.
That is what you were like.
I was not.
You were like, this part's crazy. Like, it's going to be crazy.
You're going to know when it happens. There's a crazy part that happens. You'll know when it happens.
You were so excited to see my reaction to that one part.
I was not so excited. There's,
You were.
I'm sure there's a version of the truth that's somewhere in the middle.
Sure.
It's not your version.
Sure. It's not your version either.
But, so this is a movie.
You're trying to act like you, once were like, oh yeah, there's a crazy part.
That's what happened.
That is not what you said it 5 times.
Yeah, because I wanted to make sure you heard me.
Oh my God, I heard you. You're loud enough, Tyson.
Because I was being so quiet and timid about it because I didn't think it was that crazy of a part.
Yeah, because that's how I would describe you. Quiet and timid and never talking.
All right, so this movie
Vibes are off in the closet today.
is from 1976. It's written and directed by John Carpenter, the legend.
Wow. Sorry, I'm seeing on the Wikipedia page. Budget, 100,000.
Very, very low budget movie.
You can kind of tell, and I don't. Sometimes I would mean that as a diss, but I actually don't think it is in this movie. I think they use the budget to.
I was about to say, I don't think I would have. They do a lot for 100,000.
You can tell it's a little bit low. Well, I think what our roommate was like, this is a really low budget movie, isn't it?
I don't think it's that.
I think it looks good. I think you can tell that it's probably not the most expensive movie, but I think it does well with everything that it has, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Let's get it. Because if you're like me, you've literally never even heard of this before.
If there's any notable people in it, there's not.
No.
I don't think we'd be talking about this unless it was John Carpenter. However, fun movie.
It is fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
So,
spoiler. I had a good time.
It takes place in South Los Angeles, which we don't live too far from.
Whoa.
And
it's what, the 70s,
it's
right?
70s Los Angeles.
So there's street gangs.
It's a terrible place to live.
Yeah.
People just drive-by shootings, gang action. With this gang...
yeah, okay. I had to say, I kept making references to West Side Story the whole time. And I was like, why? When are they going to start snapping?
Yeah. No snapping.
That's what was missing for me. I needed the street gang to break out into song and dance, and that never happened.
No,
so
but much like that...
Don't get too excited, folks.
Much like that gang, there's a respectable nature about this gang.
They do get up to some silly shenanigans.
They get up to some silly shenanigans. They go by the name Street Thunder.
Street Thunder. Fire name. For a gang? That's a sick name. I'm down with that. That sounds like it should be like a rock band or something.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I think that name's great. Street Thunder. Hell yeah.
Yeah, but it's also not the name, very not a real gang name.
No, it does not strike fear into, it's not the Crips or the Bloods. Those are, those, make you go, oh, shit, you know?
And they also have,
Street Thunder's whoa,
they don't have
crazy.
any, signifiers that they're in the gang. First of all, I don't really understand this gang. What do they stand for? What is their allegiances? Well, one, they're respectable because they're an interracial gang. They recruit everybody.
They explicitly say that
interracial gang members.
This gang is unique because they are interracial. So, you know what? They might not snap, but interracial, yay.
But they do...
Crime is for all, you know?
They do love one another because at the very beginning, a bunch of them get shot down, and a few remaining gang members cut into their arms as a sign of solitude.
They do a blood oath.
They do a blood oath, and they drip a bunch of blood into a bowl. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Freaky shit.
Yeah, don't love that. Do gangs do that?
I don't know.
That seems more cult-ish than
maybe this is what happens when gangs get out of control.
Sure.
So they I guess in their sorrow, their grieving, they go out for a day on the town. And there's one part where they're just driving and they just kind of stick their gun out of the window and he's kind of just pointing it at people and he's like, who am I going to shoot?
Yeah, which I feel like that's...
Is that how gangs work? I feel like gangs don't just
randomly,
shit.
Yeah.
Maybe they do. Maybe they did in the 70s.
Well, yeah, different time.
From what all I've learned about the 70s and 80s, Los Angeles,
just
New York City,
lawless.
You don't want to be in the big cities.
When I think of 70s LA, I think of murderers. There was just so many serial killers.
A lot of murderers. A lot of crime.
And Boogie Nights.
And Boogie Nights.
I think of those two things.
Not a very terrible time for society to some people. But you know what?
There is violence in that movie too.
Yeah, I know some people get shot in the head in that movie.
Yeah.
Happening parallel to that, there's
and
two
just
others.
A lot of drugs.
Yes.
Yeah, everyone's on cocaine.
Yep.
I guess not really in this movie, but
have things changed? I feel like people talk about cocaine a lot now.
I feel like people talk about it. I personally...
People are very open about their cocaine use.
Yeah.
Like celebrities.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess maybe I personally don't really know anyone that...
No, I don't know anyone directly either.
Let's keep it that way.
But I feel like it's popular in the zeitgeist.
Cocaine scares me.
Yeah, it's a scary...
Drugs scare
the
me.
fentanyl crisis is scary.
Yeah, no, wait, actually, for real though, that's actually a very serious thing.
Yeah, man, you can't. You're having fun with your buddies,
drugs
and then
are
you
scary.
Die instantly.
Don't do drugs.
Nope.
Anyway, there's not really any drugs in this movie, I don't think. So
happening parallel to that
relevant.
Gang line story, there's two other stories. There's a story of, I guess we'll call him by his name because I don't know the actor's name. A rookie cop. He's on his first day at the job.
First day on the job.
Ethan Bishop, and he's looking for assignment. But the other cops tell him, hey man, you can't be a hero on your first night out. And he's like, I want to stop some crime. And they're like, you're going to go stop the crime at the old police station, which needs to be cleaned up or whatever because we're moving.
Yeah. He gets there and it's basically empty. And there's
Probably because it's low budget.
There's 2 ladies there.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we literally move out tomorrow. So
you just got to be here, answer the phones.
Overnight, just make sure nothing crazy happens.
Nothing bad is ever going to happen.
Nothing bad's going to happen. We're basically just closing this building down.
This is Precinct 13.
Nothing bad could ever happen here.
There's not going to be any kind of assault on this building.
There's going to be no guns, no criminals, no gangs.
None at all.
Nothing. So don't think you're going to get any of that.
Also happening parallel to this is
this part.
This guy, world-renowned criminal mastermind Napoleon is getting transported to, like, I guess death row. He's like
to like a higher security.
Yeah, he's getting relocated.
Which, like,
what? No, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna make a comment and then I went back, but now I feel like I have to say it.
Yeah, well, you could.
He's supposed to be like this criminal mastermind, like whatever. I had to, when they first opened the door on him, my first thought, DILF. Like,
really?
Yeah, and then throughout the movie, it kind of depended on the angle and, like, who he was talking to and what was happening.
I was about to say, he doesn't really strike...
I kind of went back and forth.
He doesn't really strike me as...
initially, when they opened the door, I almost said it out loud, and then I was like, what?
Keep that one to myself.
Maybe if we had been filming for an audience, then I would have shared my thoughts.
Exactly. But think about how much fun content we could produce.
He kind of reminds me of, not fully, but he's similar to Big from Sex and the City.
He does not give criminal vibes to me.
He's just kind of like a smooth guy.
Yeah, he's not really like, I don't even know what his crime is.
I wish that they did clarify that, because I was kind of wondering the whole time, because I was like...
I'm sure they said it at one point,
also
but if
was
they
like,
did, I missed
don't know if I should, like, did he do tax fraud, or did he, like...
Well, I think he's
abuse a child,
I don't think he did either of those. He's probably, like, robbed a bank or something, or killed somebody.
Okay, well, robbed a bank I could be down with, you know?
What?
Like,
that's still a crime.
No, it's still a crime. I'm not saying that it's good.
Actually, no.
But, like,
I mean, robbing a bank's kind of cool.
I feel like I could be, like, on someone's side.
It's like a Bonnie and Clyde. It's very, it's like slick. It's cool
crime.
No,
like, I could be on their side. Like, I could, like, still be rooting
down
for
with
them.
the institutions.
If they, like, killed...
redistribute the wealth.
Like, an innocent person for a bad reason, then it's like, ooh,
well, we don't know. They might have said it, but I don't remember.
Yeah. I guess I mildly liked him throughout the movie.
Wikipedia says he's a convicted murderer. But you know what? He's not a part of the gang Street Thunder. No, so he's respectable because he's his own man. He's a lone wolf.
Yeah. He'll do crime, but only by himself.
No accomplices. So they're relocating him on the bus.
Him and then
another guy who has like COVID or something because he's coughing up with like
he's
really
storm. Sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 2 guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
2 guys. One of them is sick.
And every time
they're not important.
Every time he coughed, I was like, Christina, it's like you last podcast.
Oh, you're so funny, Tyson.
I don't know if Ronan edited out all the coughs, but
I actually haven't listened to the last episode. I'm going to.
But Christina, if you guys weren't aware, Christina was coughing.
Sorry, I had a little cold. God forbid I work through my struggles to put out good content.
I agree. No, I agree. You're an ambitious woman.
I'm such a slave to my work. Okay.
We're here doing the hours, doing the time.
We're just doing so much hard, important work for the world.
And so he's coughing up, and they're like, okay, we got to take him to the nearest precinct. And they're like, what's the nearest precinct? Precinct 13. And it's all coming together. They're all going to meet together.
So, yeah, we said there's going to be no criminals. Nothing dramatic happening. But now we have these 3 criminals.
Yeah, there's another criminal on the bus. So there's like 3 criminals on the bus.
Yeah, to be put in, like, the holding cells, basically. So they can get a doctor for this one guy, because, like, he's really not well.
I mean, and look, this rookie cop, Ethan... if anything, he should be excited because this is like action. This is at least it's something happening.
Right.
If I was stuck in a nothing building all night, just answering phone calls, I would. This is before phones.
Well, but we have to remember
TVs.
Has it happened yet?
Been commonplace.
They turn off the phones.
I know, but
because the phone company they're not, no one's going to be there anymore.
Oh, they turn off the phones for
They turn off the phones. I think I think it is around the same time the criminals get there because they're like,
I thought
we
the
need to call a
criminals
doctor.
turned off the phones.
No. The company, because they were gonna keep the phones on till like a certain time or something, but the phone company just turned them off a little bit early. Because I think they were gonna try and call a doctor, but then they were like, phones are. They're done.
Speaking of those gang members, let's get into what happened there.
Let's go back over there.
So this guy and his daughter are driving down to, like, I guess their grandmother's house. It's like a family house. It's not important. It's not important where they're going.
They're in a bad part of town.
They're in a bad part of town. He doesn't know where he's going. He's lost. He pulls over. He gets into a phone booth. A million phone booths in this movie.
This is the part that Tyson was hyping up so
wait,
much.
we're getting to it. We're getting to it.
So excited to see my reaction to it.
I'm gonna tease it out like they do in the movie, and the little girl.
My foot's asleep. Like pins and needles.
We still got 40 minutes left of this podcast, probably.
Okay, it's fine. I'm strong. I can work through it.
We're struggling really hard here. Not as much as this little girl, though. Because this little girl wants some ice cream, so she gets off and she goes.
There's an ice cream truck.
The ice cream truck, and the ice cream man looks like he's like, maybe I shouldn't have stopped here. It's a bad part of town.
Yeah,
and
he noticed the gang car.
Yeah,
they drove
gang
around.
car is
They were
driving
kind of
around,
circling like a shark.
And he's like, oh, I'm not selling ice cream. She's like, well, you have your music on. He's like, oh, okay, fine. What do you want? And he's like, vanilla twist, and he gives her plain vanilla. And so she walks past.
He has one job. Like, get the order right.
Oh, he's nervous about these gang members.
He's nervous. Like, how hard can it be?
And
your one job is to keep the ice cream flavor straight.
And she's walking back, and she's like, wait a minute. This is just vanilla.
He gave me vanilla.
I wanted vanilla twist.
Dude, I feel like I would have just taken it.
Well,
personally.
Also, like, what do you can't, like, refund ice cream.
What is vanilla twist even?
I don't know. It can't be that different. Maybe like a twist of, like, chocolate or a twist of caramel.
I feel like that would have been obvious, right? Like, you wouldn't have had to walk halfway back and be like, okay, we're missing half
I'm just
chocolate.
saying, maybe by the labels, vanilla and then vanilla twist, you're just reading the first half.
Like, what? I'm just
it's like how
what the twist is in this vanilla.
There's something that happened at a movie theater once where they played one of the Insidious movies instead of Inside Out.
Oh, I've heard about this.
And it's like, it's because they probably only got like the first few letters and they were like, oh, okay, this is that one.
That's funny.
Also, like, people just aren't good at their jobs. And that guy in the movie theater probably wasn't being hunted by a gang at that active moment.
Sure. I guess I'm getting less mad about him getting vanilla and vanilla twist confused and more just curious, what is vanilla twist?
Let me Google it. Let me see if it's a common flavor.
Is that what it was?
It might just be like a made up. You know how there's like half of ice cream flavors are like actual flavors, and the other half are just made up synthetic monstrosities.
Okay, I Google vanilla twist, and it's just a bunch of plants. Vanilla twist weeping redbud. It's a tree.
Oh wow, cool.
What does vanilla vodka go well with? Whoa!
Oh, whoa!
That was the first question to pop up.
Vanilla vodka and ice cream. Oh my god, imagine that. Vodka and ice cream. That's got to be a thing, right?
The best mixer with vanilla vodka is lemon lime soda. It's kind of like cream soda.
Good drinks for our drunk episode of the podcast whenever that happens.
Great. Yeah, sure.
So
I feel like vanilla vodka is better than normal vodka. But
that's not the flavor of ice cream he gave her.
I don't know if I even had vanilla vodka. That just sounds better.
I don't even think I'd be able to like tease out the flavor of vodka because you're usually just trying to get the vodka down as quick as possible.
But I feel like I wouldn't do. I feel like it's more for mixing though. Like it's less. God, shots of vodka. No.
I can do them like a champ. Some people can. I can.
I feel like we were having this conversation the other day, and we were all like, vodka shots.
No, I agree. Not pleasant, but I'm not going to complain about it. Man, I'm going to do them, and you're going to see a giant smile on my face.
I've done a few, and nope, never. Not for me.
No, not at all.
Anyway,
okay, so we're
talking about ice cream. Yeah, we need to get to the big moment. We said we were going to tease it out.
Yes. So the girl walks back. She's like, oh, I wanted vanilla twist, but the ice cream man isn't there anymore. Instead, the gang member is there, and he takes the gun and he just shoots her point blank. You know what? I had this thought the other night when I was laying in bed. I was like, oh my God, I've shown Christina so many movies where children die.
Yeah, I was like Tyson was like, he's looking over me, and I'm like, was that it? Is that the big moment
that was so
you were
shocking.
making such a big deal about?
That's like such an iconic John Carpenter moment.
Yeah, because they just shot the child. I will say, it didn't upset me too much because it was kind of funny.
She's like, I want a vanilla twist.
Also, it didn't look real. Like
she just got splattered with some red.
The blood looked like red paint.
I was about to say, but though,
So because like the campiness of it kind of made me giggle. Like, but I was like, gosh, like this is the big moment. You just want to watch me watch children die.
I realized I was like, oh man, I gotta pull out a new bag of tricks. I didn't know I liked so many movies where children died. It's like this is a revelation for me.
Children died, or even just like getting tortured, like Cat in the Hat.
Yeah, that's more of a psychological torture.
Yeah. Do you just hate children?
It's especially tormenting for you because you're a babysitter. You love and protect children.
I like children. Yeah, I actually do.
Look, it's not. I don't know why I don't have a good excuse. I don't have a good excuse. I feel like this is going to be on trial.
And then the rest
in
of
court.
the movie, I was like, that was the big moment. That's what we were building up to.
No,
also,
but then
because we're still in like the first 15 minutes of the movie.
The rest of the movie's very fun.
It is a good movie. It is, but I was like, that was the big moment that we were
and so
dying to see. Sure. Whatever.
I feel like this is going to get played in court one day, and they're like, just for whatever, I'm going to get caught for something, like some kind of money evasion.
And it's going to be like, yeah.
And they're going to be like, what?
So you like torturing children?
Yeah, why do you like so many movies where children die?
Yeah.
What
do you have to say about that?
Interesting.
And you're going to be like, oh, no, I don't. And they're going to be like, play the clip.
Play the clip. And it's going to be like, I like movies where children get tortured and killed.
And you just gave them the perfect soundbite for that.
Perfect soundbite. Don't take that out of context, please. So the dad, blinded by rage. Mind you, if I was a dad, I'd be blinded by rage too.
Sure. Yeah.
He goes after one of the gang members and he kills him.
Where did he get a gun?
It's a very much a Death Wish scenario, or like a 70s. They used to have like a lot of pulp novels.
What did he do?
Yeah, I think he shot him.
Did he just have a gun? Okay.
I think everyone had guns.
Oh, you know what it was? He went over and saw his daughter was dead, and the ice cream man had a gun.
The ice cream man had a gun.
That's what it was.
That was crazy too. Ice cream man, gun in the
with a Glock
console.
in the compartment. Like,
you think?
Shit.
You think that's true? You think ice cream trucks had guns?
Generally, no. But I feel like if he's like in a rough area,
if his route is a rough Los Angeles neighborhood,
then maybe. I don't think that's
riddled
like,
with
the
Street Thunder members
thing ever. I would hope that not like every ice cream truck is just. Are ice cream trucks even like a thing anymore?
What do you mean? Yes. Did you ever have ice cream trucks come by you?
Yeah, but not often. And I feel like they're more like stationary now. Like I feel like they don't drive around, you know?
I lived in a very big sprawling neighborhood, so maybe that was part of it. Maybe they're kind of reserved to. I can't even imagine wanting to be an ice cream truck driver here in Los Angeles.
No.
I would.
You would have to. Oh no.
Okay, so he kills the cop, and then I think. Or not the cop. He doesn't kill the cop.
He kills the.
He kills a street
member
thunder
of
man.
the interracial gang.
And these guys, as we know, blood bond. So now they're going after him.
They're going
and then
after this guy.
He runs into the closest police station, which is Precinct 13.
Oh my God! Everybody's there. It's all happening.
It's a party.
So he's there also. He's like by the time he gets there, he's like in shock and like cannot speak.
Understandable.
He's just kind of completely out of it.
Yep. And so let me tell you, what a night for this rookie police officer. What a night. What are you even going to do? Also, I'm going to say this now because I don't know when I should bring it up. They're using silencers on these guns. And this is like a movie thing. And I guess it makes sense. But the movie, like silencers make them like almost dead silencers. It's like a pew when you shoot with a silencer.
Okay.
My point is, I don't know if you've ever heard like what a gun sounds like actually with a silencer on. I'm not a gun guy by any means, but I've heard this before. It still fucking sounds like a gun.
Like it doesn't quiet it at all?
I mean, it quiets it maybe a little bit, but it's not like a... In this movie, the police station's going to get shot up.
They do still hear gunshots, because I feel like there's a part at some point when they start hearing where they're like, what's that sound? And it doesn't sound like guns, but they do hear something, and they're like, oh, they're using silencers.
I know, but let me tell you, like, that's a gun thing in a bunch of movies where it's like silencers are super quiet.
We haven't even gotten to why, like, we just kind of...
Well,
I think we skipped a chapter.
Yeah, no, we'll go back. So all these gang members get around the police station. I think
There's
they cut the power.
so many.
It's
a big... I mean, I guess I don't know how big gangs generally are, but it seems big to me.
They pulled all of them out.
It seemed... Well, and they end up discovering that later in the movie. It's like they're all there.
What we were watching was like one car filled with them, which is maybe like 3 or 4 people. But
right.
I don't know.
But at the police station, they all show up.
There's one shot where you see them like all running around.
It's like a mini army.
Getting into position.
So
it's crazy.
Many people.
They're pulling up their cars into the parking lot across the street.
So yeah, basically they all pull up and just start open fire on the police
no.
station.
What happens is I don't know who, I can't remember who it is now.
One
guy goes out.
Police officer that came with the prisoners.
No, he leaves before. Okay, maybe it is in this shot, but he.
There's also more than one, technically, though.
Yeah, there's like some guy that would be helpful.
Listen, a lot of people are about to die. It's hard to keep track.
Walks out. He's like, because the power gets cut, and they're like, oh, I wonder what's going on here. And he walks out, and then he's shot with silencer. And then the lady looking out, one of the women looking at the window is like, he fell down.
Yeah, she starts laughing.
It's like,
she's like, ha ha ha.
And rookie
And they're
cop,
like, he's
Ethan,
not getting up.
And he goes out there to investigate, and he starts getting shot, but they miss him, and he's able to get back inside.
Mm-hmm.
And then they start opening fire on the police station.
Right.
And it's just like 5 minutes of just things getting shot, and it's like pretty crazy.
Fun.
It's pretty crazy. A lot of things blow up. They shoot a lot of papers, and the papers go flying everywhere.
There's papers everywhere. People die.
Yeah.
Because when the prisoners,
yes,
when they came, there was like 3 or 4 other people on the bus with them, so they all die pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
The sick guy dies.
Sick guy dies. I don't know when the other guy that's with him is still around for a bit.
He's still alive. Yeah, the 2 prisoners. Napoleon, our smooth guy.
Yeah, and then
the other guy, the other prisoner. We're so good at this.
This is
the other guy.
Our podcast. We're literally just going like, this one guy kind of moves over here.
One guy does this thing, and then the other guy comes in, and then they talk, and then there's a girl, and she does this thing. Yeah,
it's good content.
We're really good at this. Yeah, they literally list out all the people. In seconds, they killed Cheney, the bus driver, Caudell, Starker, and 2 officers accompanying Starker. Like, I couldn't tell you all those people out. Basically, here's what I can do. I can tell you who's left.
Yeah, okay.
Who's left is the main cop who, this is his first night on the job.
Yep.
The guy whose daughter got killed. He's still kind of in shock in the corner.
Yep.
There's the 2 secretaries.
Yep.
Who were there from the beginning.
Actually, one of the secretaries dies in this shoot-up sequence.
Yeah, right?
Oh,
she's killed in round 2.
Okay, round 2.
They take a little break, I think, to, like, check everything, and then
they shoot again.
Yeah. So one of them's killed in round 2, and the other one's shot in the arm. Mm-hmm. So there's only 1 girl left. And then the 2 prisoners.
Yep.
That's who's left.
And, there's some debate, because they figure out, they mark the police station, they see the gangs, like, mark the police station, they, like, I don't know, they, like, dirty up a tarp and throw it on the ground, and they're like...
No, but they, like, drop a bowl of their blood.
I know. Oh, okay, that's what it was? I was like, what are they doing? It's like
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, this seems more cultish than gang, but also, I don't know about a lot about gangs, so, I don't know, I don't want to...
I think it's funny, because they're like...
I don't want to say anything wrong here.
They're marking up the police station, this is a siege, and it's like, why do they need to mark the police station? It's the police, like, is that, like, so hard to recognize that the gang members... need to mark it to make sure they're all in the same building. Part of their
intimidation
game
ritual, I guess.
Yeah.
Which that's when so at this point they kind of pull the prisoners out of the cells because they're like, listen, we're all screwed. We all need to work together if we're gonna get out of this. And then Napoleon, our guy, he's like, listen, I'm not a gang member, but like a guy who I used to be in jail with was, and like this means that they are going full force. Like they don't care how many people die. Like they're going to like kill all of us essentially. Mm-hmm. So Not great news.
No.
Because I think that was actually a question we asked at some point. We're like, is this really worth it? Like, are they really going to put all their forces into this? Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
They are absolutely
putting
going
everything
to do it
into this.
For some reason.
Yeah.
But, so they debate. They're like, can we throw the guy out? But no, he's a good guy. So they're like, we're not going to throw the guy out.
I don't know anything about this guy, too.
It's like, the good thing to do. The right thing to do.
The right thing to do is not to put him out, I guess.
And they realize no one's coming to help them because, one, they have silencers. So even if they heard the gunshots...
There's no one near this police station. Like, the closest house is, like, a street away.
And they said, well, even if they heard the gunshots, they clean up all the bodies that they shoot outside.
Yes, yeah, they looked outside. Bodies are cleaned up. Also, as we mentioned, the phones are off. Lights are off in this building. No one is supposed to come there until the next morning.
In hindsight, this is a bad movie to talk about on the podcast because, like, the rest of this movie is just a couple waves of these guys trying to get in.
They plan a little bit, and then there's guns.
And then they
regroup.
They regroup.
And then
guns.
War is like?
What? Is this what war is like? Yeah, a little bit, I think.
A little bit, kind of. I don't know. Maybe
a lot of gunfire?
Want to talk on that. Gunfire, regroup, gunfire.
Gunfire, regroup. Some people die, regroup. A lot of people die in war.
Yeah.
War isn't good.
War, you know what? I'm going to go on the record here and say war is bad.
Shut up and watch the movie Against War.
We're so brave.
Yep. Really controversial.
Really taking a stance.
Mm-hmm. I like how this movie does a very good job of, like, I don't know. You would think cop movie against unlawful, violent gangs in Los Angeles would be a very political matter.
Yeah, it's not.
But I think I think the movie doesn't really concern itself with that. It's not really about that. It's not even really a pro-cop movie. It's kind of just a situation.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Even then, on the radio at the very beginning when they're talking about the cops, they're like, there's no heroes on the force anymore. It's all about people who take orders. Now, listen, as we get through this John Carpenter-a-thon, I want you to notice that John Carpenter hates authority. He's trying to take down everybody, man.
Okay.
Institutions can suck it to him.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
He's all about free will and free thinking.
An interesting theme to carry throughout your films. Sure.
He's a rebel. He's a rock star.
Okay, we're down to the one girl dies. Then
people are just like flooding the. Well, okay. Here's a plot moment.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, at one point after one of their shootings up, they're like, "Oh my god, thank God they didn't hit this giant can of nitroglycerin or whatever."
Whatever the chemical
it's like some exploding chemical. They were like, man, if their bullet had hit this, boom, we would have been dead. We would have been so dead.
Wow, what subtle foreshadowing.
So we've planted that seed.
They're trying to come up with like some sort of escape plan because they're like, if we stay here, we're gonna die. Like we need to get out somehow. And they realize that they can get out through a sewer, hotwire the car, and then maybe get out that way. Mm-hmm. That's like their only plan.
How does that go?
Well, the one criminal, not our boy Napoleon.
Oh yeah, the other criminal.
Also, wait a second. They're like trying to set up like Napoleon and the girl kind of like I couldn't tell.
No, okay.
If they were trying to or like it felt a little weird because I was like, are they flirting?
Here's what I love is that there's also like a thing. Well, this is not intentional, but there's like a thing going on between Napoleon and the rookie cop.
Oh, and the cop.
Yeah, there's like, wow, you saved my life back there. I thought that first time was a mistake, but then you saved me again.
Yeah.
What's up with that? And he's like, I'm just a guy trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, I guess I'll owe you back the favor or whatever.
Okay, Brokeback Mountain, like calm down. Yeah, that's so true. Maybe just everyone in this movie just has a little bit of chemistry, and in different circumstances, things could have been a different movie.
Look, I imagine it's a stressful situation. The endorphins are high. Everyone's kind of
the Napoleon guy. I couldn't tell if he was like trying to be flirty or if that's just like how he talks.
That might just be how he talks. I didn't know.
Maybe I don't know. I was just that was something that threw me off a bit because I was like, okay, either commit to this or don't do this. I don't know what's going on here. Wasn't a huge fan of that in particular. Anyway, so yeah, they have the sewer scheme and the one prisoner goes out and he's shot.
Oh, you know what?
Right?
Yeah. No, there's a gang member in the back of the car and he just shoots him. Okay,
right.
Here's what bothers me about their plan. They get to the car, and then they go to the phone booth because they're going to make a call.
That's what it was. They weren't all going to escape.
Okay, even if you got to the phone booth is the most vulnerable place you could be.
Yeah. I mean...
You're trapped in a four-wall thing, which is glass, mind you, so everyone can see you're in there.
What else would they have done now? Like, just driven down the street and been like, help!
Driven farther, yeah, I guess.
But then I feel like...
I guess it doesn't matter because the guy was in the back.
That's, like, drawing attention. Yeah, I guess at the end of the day, it does not matter because...
The guy was in the back of the seat.
It was never going to work out anyway.
But at the very beginning of the movie, he's like... Why do they call you Napoleon? And he was like, I'll have to tell you sometime. And it's like...
We never find out.
No, they never say it.
Why do we think he was called Napoleon? I don't know, because I don't even know what his crime is.
He might have killed somebody. Did Napoleon kill anybody?
Oh,
well, I guess Napoleon killed a lot of people because
I will say, I mean...
He's a general.
He was, yeah.
You don't think about it, but Napoleon was a really bad dude.
I kind of...
He kind of is just like a funny little character in my mind, but he was actually like a...
Like a not...
Like a...
Good... Like an emperor in
like
a way.
Like a war criminal.
Not good.
Not good at all.
Did you ever see that movie?
I did.
Oh.
People didn't like it, but I thought it was all right.
People didn't like it, and I didn't see it, so... Who was that? Who made that
again? Ridley Scott.
Oh, yeah. He's
Joaquin Phoenix.
He's doing a lot.
What? Wait.
I just saw... This was like a while back, but I saw this comparison of like, you have directors like... James Cameron and like Steven Spielberg like making like they're making every film like it could be their last one. Ridley Scott's over here just pumping them out.
Yeah, he
just
does.
One after, which like honestly I respect. Good for him. Good for him to just like keep going, keep making stuff.
People love Ridley Scott.
People do. I feel like in recent years he hasn't had any
his quality
heavy
control
hitters.
may not have been the best. There are a bunch of movies you don't even realize were directed by like Thelma and Louise or whatever.
That's a Ridley Scott movie?
Yeah, it's like famous, and it's like
yeah, no, it's a great movie.
Like the two women, right?
The two women go on the road trip. Yeah,
yeah, that's him.
Alien.
I guess I don't really have another example.
Oh, you know what? Gladiator 2 is coming out this year.
Yeah, which
I
women
always
are
forget
foaming
that's
at the
him.
mouth for. Because
I've never cared about Gladiator at all until the trailer came out.
I haven't seen the first
and
one.
It's Paul Mescal and Pedro Pascal.
Shirtless, fighting it off.
Dude, Paul, oh my god.
Okay. All right.
We can't get into this topic right now.
No, we might as well. Listen, this podcast is going to be very, very short because we're at the end of the movie.
We almost are. We're pretty much at the end.
And we have filled maybe 30 minutes of content.
I care about Gladiator 2 for all the wrong reasons.
I don't think that's the wrong reason. I think that's... Look.
Oh my god, have you seen Paul Mescal?
I have seen him. I have seen him.
I love him.
I'm really excited for...
I'm thrilled. They have...
Yeah?
I would just say, he's all dirty, and he's got big muscles.
I'm really excited for the freaky makeup they put Joseph Quinn in. He's got like big old bug eyes.
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
I don't know. I like a freak.
That was funny actually. I remember I was talking to some people about Gladiator, and they were like, "Yeah, no, like the dream role isn't Paul Mescal's role or even Denzel Washington's. It's being Joseph Quinn, like being the little freak that Joseph Quinn gets to be, and just like sit on a throne and be like, hee hee hee."
Yeah, he doesn't have to do much.
Yeah, no.
I like your little freak laugh. That was good.
I feel like, doesn't he do that in the trailer? He does something in the trailer. He has a little giggle.
No, he's doing some weird
I've actually
shit.
never seen Gladiator, so
I haven't seen Gladiator either.
Oh, maybe we can watch that.
We probably need to watch that.
This Gladiator 2, I think, comes out my birthday weekend, so
is that gonna
that or Wicked. When they announced those were coming out the same weekend, I think they were trying to make another Barbenheimer. You
think so? Or is that just two movies coming out the same weekend?
I think
it's historically happened all the time.
There was kind of maybe a little bit of publicity trying to make a Barbenheimer, but people were like, no, don't do that. It's not the same. But the short-lived version is Glicked.
Glicked?
Gladiator and Wicked.
Well, I was about to say, what would even the alternative be? Waddleator?
Yeah, I guess. Ugh. Not good. Glicked kind of...
Is Wicked going to be any good? They're not advertising enough that it's part one.
Yeah, I know.
People are going to get pissed.
I'm going to be pissed. Because I keep thinking, like, the parts that I want to see, and most of them are going to be in the second part. Mm-hmm. I re-listened to the soundtrack recently for, like, the original Broadway cast. It's really good, and I really hope that it's going to be good. And I'm not convinced it's going to be, and I'm very scared. But I love Wicked, so...
Maybe it'll be like The Greatest Showman, which makes $1 million or $1 billion, $1
I liked The Greatest Showman.
I didn't see it, but it made a lot of money.
Really?
Or maybe, it was like...
Dude, my friend group in high school was like obsessed with The Greatest Showman. Like, we all loved The Greatest Showman.
Don't admit that.
I personally liked it. I was not as crazy about it as some of my friends. Like, I had friends who went to see it like 3 or 4 times in theaters. Mm. I was not that crazy about it. I did enjoy it. I did listen to the soundtrack a little bit.
Have you seen the trailer for that? There's a movie coming out by the guy who made The Greatest Showman, which is about some fucking British pop star who I'm not really familiar with, but apparently he's huge.
Oh, wait, he's a monkey?
Yeah, and then they made him a monkey.
Robbie Williams.
Yeah, do you know Robbie Williams?
Is that his name?
Yeah.
I am familiar. He's really, really big in
England, everywhere but here.
I agree, that looks stupid.
They're like, I'm a monkey! That should be so my shit. I love monkeys. I love when movies feature monkeys, but it's like...
Are you a big Planet of the Apes guy?
I love Planet of the Apes.
I think I watched like half of one when I was a kid.
Okay, well now I gotta show you more Planet of the Apes movies. But
should we?
Well, we're at the end. There's like nothing else to say.
I know, but should we finish the movie at least?
Okay, we can finish the movie.
I don't know. I feel like we haven't been talking for long, but this is a 90-minute movie, like on the dot.
Yeah, we might as well get through it.
I just feel like I don't even remember where we were.
So the gang comes in for like a final time. Let's just jump there.
Sure, yeah. Okay, so our main crew, they go to the basement, and they're trying to like basically block themselves in.
And
and remember that big can of toxic gas?
It's explosive gas. I mean, toxic, whatever.
Same difference. Explosive. Man, you're right though. It is explosive.
Man, if a bullet hit this, it'd be bad.
What? Hey, we should get a bullet to hit that and explode when all the guys are in the hallway.
And they do that, and it works.
So that's what they do. And you're so right though, because the 2 guys have like a little moment where they're like, "I'll see you on the other side, I guess." Like,
you guys miss like a crucial element of this because you can't see like Christina's facial expressions because she just did like a half wink, like a
winky, like
the radio rebel, like behind the ears, like
the ear tuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. They were kind of feeling each other a little bit.
Feeling each other out, and maybe they'll explore each other's bodies.
Maybe after this, but I mean, the one guy does have to go to prison. Well, okay,
they don't
wait.
even end.
Well, wait a second, because
it ends at a weird moment.
Basically, okay. Well, one thing we did forget to mention is that some other police officers are driving by at a certain point and notice that things are off, so they get the backup. They get other police officers to come so that they're not alone. So after the explosion, the other police officers are there, have like secured the station or whatever.
And they want to arrest him, right?
Well, and okay, wait, this is what I'm saying where everybody has weird chemistry, just like rereading the last 2 sentences of the Wikipedia thing. A stretcher's offered to the girl because she had her arm shot. But after she and Wilson exchange a long look, she declines it and exits unassisted. What does that mean?
They share a
What's
long
going
look.
on there? And then the other thing is
notable enough to mention.
Wilson is Napoleon. I don't know why his Wilson. I guess his name Wilson Napoleon. I don't know.
Maybe
I think Napoleon's like his nickname.
Yeah, maybe I think Wilson might be like maybe they've gotten to know each other on a more intimate level.
And she declines it. Like what? Like okay. And then the next sentence is, when an officer attempts to handcuff Wilson, Bishop angrily intervenes before asking Wilson to walk out of the station with him. Like, what's going on there? Like,
they're going to make love.
All 3 of them?
Maybe. But so yeah, that's how it ends. Oh, we didn't mention the music.
It's good. The score's good.
Yeah. That's another John Carpenter staple. He always has amazing music because he always does it himself most of the time.
It's a good score. It's fun.
I listened to it in the car the other day.
Really?
Yeah, it's good.
I used to listen to movie scores a lot, and I haven't as much recently. Maybe I should get back into it. I used to do it when I was studying, though. Like, that's what was my, like, study music
I need solid white noise to study. It puts me into a transcendental state. All right, well, let's wrap this up. We've about hit an hour.
Wrap this up. This was a fun movie. I think if you like, what genre would this be?
It's siege movies. He was very inspired by westerns.
Siege.
And he wanted to make a western, kind of like I haven't seen any of these fucking movies, but it's like Assault on like Alamo. I don't know. That's not the name of the movie, but like there's some western
Remember
movies.
the Alamo?
There's some western movies which depicts like the Battle of the Alamo, and it's like
I know that there's like a big joke. Like, remember the Alamo?
Do you not remember the Alamo?
I don't know what.
It was a bunch of people.
Is that really bad? Is that like really bad for me to admit?
No, I was about to say, I was about to tell you what the Alamo was, but now...
For a second there, you're like, you don't know the Alamo?
I was like,
stupid.
I can't remember it either.
I don't know if I ever knew what the Alamo...
This podcast is such a...
It's some sort of battle in Texas, right?
Yes, it is a battle.
But I don't know...
They like take down the Alamo and they kill like everybody in the Alamo.
What is the Alamo?
Dude, it's like a fortress, right? I guess you don't know.
It has something to do with like
Google it?
either like natives or like Mexicans, which I guess technically Mexicans would be native to Texas, right?
Man, I don't know.
No, not Alamos wine. Okay.
Why is that what comes up first? Remember the Alamo.
I just typed in Alamo. Maybe that's why. Okay, car rental. That's also not what I'm
Yeah, I'm just going to
for.
put Remember the Alamo. A battle cry. Okay, well, this is the AI overview. Sorry, guys. Remember the Alamo is a battle cry and a symbol of the American identity that commemorates the 13-day siege of the Alamo in 1836. Also a siege.
Oh, so, okay, a Mexican general led an assault on the Alamo Fort in present-day San Antonio, defended by 180 Texans.
Yeah, they killed all of the Texans. Wow, that's horrific. Wow, they really tore through them all.
Yikes. All right, well...
Oh, that was like 200 years ago.
Well, yeah, it wasn't like last week.
Well, that's why we don't remember.
Because we weren't alive. Therefore, it doesn't matter.
Look.
I'm kidding.
Well, now I'll remember
history is important in the context of our lives.
Is it, though? What do you think the butterfly effect would be if this did not happen? I guess I don't know anything about it, so I don't know what...
I don't know, but that's like a really bold statement to make.
What war was this a part of? I don't even know what war this is.
I bet this was... Remember when Alamo became a rallying cry for Texan independence? So it's probably, the Mexican-American War.
The Mexican-American War? Why did we fight that? What happened there?
Because it was like basically border, like where the border for Mexico and the U.S. was going to be. A bunch of colonists.
Those dang colonists.
I feel like colonist probably isn't the right term because it's like all the way in Texas and then Mexico. But I don't know if it was like native. I'm just saying that because I'm like, it probably wasn't native Mexicans. It was probably like Spanish. But I don't know. Honestly, I feel like we're digging ourselves down a hole and we might be saying so many wrong things right now. I don't know.
It was a rallying cry. So it's not like a thing we say in post to remember the Alamo. They were saying it. They were gonna.
I think they were saying like
they're gonna remember this because we're
to like get the troops rallied up. You know.
Yeah.
Like to be like we're gonna fight the Mexicans because remember the Alamo. Remember what they did. Remember what we're standing for.
And then they all died.
The people at the Alamo did.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know enough about this to make too many further comments.
Yeah, maybe. Look, man, I don't know much about that, but I'm just gonna say, seems like it's a whole thing.
So I guess if you're interested in that, watch this movie is what we were trying to say.
Well, I was just saying he watched a movie that depicted the events of that.
Okay, a siege movie. I think if you like siege movies,
like a zombie movie almost.
Yeah, kind of. I can see that.
Yeah, where they lock themselves in a building and then a bunch of zombies
and then they have
attack
to
them.
like figure out how to get out, kind of.
Mm.
In a way.
Yeah, no, that's what it is.
Kind of reminds me of Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah. Same kind of structure.
Yeah.
You're locked in a place with a bunch of forces on the outside.
If you like that type of thing, then I think this is
I think it's fun.
Good movie.
Listen,
I think it is fun. I had fun.
It's so short, it's inoffensive at the very least.
Yeah. It's a really sit down, have a fun little breezy time watching it.
Have a beer,
get out of there.
Watch that girl get shot, remember the Alamo.
That little kid, yeah. And go see Glicked.
Exactly.
I think those were our talking points today. Next week, do you want to know what I'm going to make you watch?
What, Christina?
I'm really excited. So I was debating between a few different movies, but they just announced the third installment of this series is going to be coming soon.
What?
And I am very excited about it. So I'm going to take it back to the beginning.
What is this?
It is a very, very, very much a comfort movie for me. I'm going to make you watch The Princess Diaries.
They're making a third one?
They're making a third one!
I haven't seen any of these.
Yay! It was announced probably a week or two ago.
Okay, fun.
I would have done it sooner, but we were doing our little Halloween stuff. So,
look, man, I don't have a choice.
Do you know anything about The Princess Diaries?
Anne Hathaway?
Yes.
Yeah, that's all I know.
Young Anne. This was like her breakout movie.
Yep. She doesn't want to be a princess, but then she's made into a princess.
Kind of.
Cool.
You'll see it. It's very much a comfort movie for me. I will say.
Does she have a diary?
I personally like the second one a little more, but the first one's like essential viewing, and it's still very much a comfort movie.
I can't jump right into the second one.
No, you can't. We'll get around to it eventually. And then maybe the third. When it comes out, I don't know.
If this podcast has survived.
They've announced that it's happening. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a while until the third one comes out. But yeah.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, we're gonna watch The Princess Diaries.
All right.
God, I'm so excited.
So fun. I'm so excited to watch another chick flick.
Another classic 2000s chick flick.
Do any children die in it?
No.
Okay.
Shockingly not.
Not interested.
This is technically a Disney movie, so.
Fair enough. Okay. Let's play us out, Christina.
Let's get out of here. If you enjoyed this episode, then...
Which we know you did.
Yeah, we know you... Actually, I shouldn't even say if. You enjoyed this episode. Therefore, you should give it 5 stars.
Yep.
And like the... You can like this, right?
I think on one of them you could probably like it, right?
Like it. Give it 5 stars. Give us a positive review.
Give us a positive review and we'll read it. Let me check in.
Tyson's going to look... While he's doing that, also, you can follow us on Instagram at shutupandwatchpod. We have a letterboxd at shutupandwatch.
Yep.
And an email at shutupandwatchpod@gmail.com.
Probably.
Yeah. It's crazy how many times we've said this.
I actually have not. We still don't have any emails. I was supposed to say I haven't checked the email, but we do get emails, and they're from Letterboxd and them telling us that the payment has billed for hosting the podcast.
Do we pay to what?
Yes. There's like $10 a month I pay for the podcast.
Wow, I didn't know that, you guys. Tyson's making a financial contribution to this. I did not realize that.
Hey, I run this.
I'm not making a financial contribution.
I run this shipyard. Well, your dad got us.
My dad got us a second mic, and
so
our
awesome.
sound's much better now. Tyson.
Yes.
Did you know that if you don't share this with your friends, then the gang's gonna come for you next.
They're gonna come for me next?
They're gonna share their blood together, and then they're gonna throw it on your front porch, And
Oh, fuck. That's so
they're gonna
terrifying.
shoot up your house.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
So you might want to share this with your friends.
Last time you said my drink was going to get spiked, and then...
Well, I base it off the movies that you show me.
Your drink's
so
going to get spiked, a gang's going to commit a drive-by shooting at my house.
yeah.
Not good.
Usually you say, like, good things. Like, oh, if you share this, then this good thing will happen. And mine are like, no, if you don't share this, bad things will happen.
A real fire and water scenario.
Yeah.
Real
Almost as if that's what we built this whole
dichotomy.
podcast on.
Yeah.
But
okay.
I'm ready to go. My foot is asleep again, and it's totally numb. So
Awesome.
I gotta fix that.
Let's escape the podcast closet of torment. Awesome.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.